Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the Hope Collective, where I use tarot and oracle cards as a focus for my spiritual gifts and my sensitivity to energies, so I can bring through messages from the higher selves and spirit guides of this collective and from Source, God, the universe, the divine, whatever higher powers would like to come through for the benefit of this community. So I'm starting with the tea leaf oracle today. I'm shuffling that now. And what I've been drawn to do today is a pick-me-up reading. So what messages can we bring through spirit to aid in boosting the spirits of this group, this collective? Are we taking all of those? Okay. So we have bear, danger, especially in money matters. Arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. It might sound a little gruesome, but with that conjunction, I did just get like shooting the bear. The danger will be curtailed. The danger will be cut off. Beetle, good fortune. Yep, that's quite the sequence there. Definitely the danger getting cut off and avoided and superseded by good fortune. Gavel, involvement with the law. Interesting. Funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So that does speak to whether it is in money matters or other matters, there being a period ongoing right now that is frustrating, that feels like a funnel, like a bottleneck, like things are being constricted in some way. Excuse me. And you are on the right path is the reassurance coming through. You aren't doing anything wrong that's causing this. This is just, for a lot of you, you're actually being redirected to something better than the path that you were on before. And this temporary period of frustration is just necessary as part of that redirection. And for some of you, there may be legal matters involved with this, but even if there are not, there is an element of justice being served where it's good karma that is playing out for your good fortune to come about, for your misfortune to be evaded. For some of you, legalities may be involved, whether it's back pay from an employer or from a government agency that provides financial support, or some kind of financial inheritance, a class action lawsuit, alimony, even just a tax return. If you're in the US, I'm not familiar with tax laws in other countries. There could be something in that realm that has to do with your financial frustrations coming to a resolution and the constrictions opening up into more freedom. But even if it doesn't directly involve legality like that, there's this karmic, divine sense of justice, of something that it has been unjust being resolved. You know, for example, debt with a high interest rate, able to pay it off, and this injustice is able to end. Let's see what else we've got. I'm being directed to the Unfolding Path Tarot. Spirit, can we clarify the messages that have already come through or bring through more messages? Maybe you can tell us more about how this redirection is happening, or how this justice is being served, or how this difficulty is being resolved, or maybe there are other pick-me-up messages, other boosts that Spirit wants to bring through instead. We've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. This is really funny because the Two of Pentacles upright came out and was a big feature in the reading I did. The reading before the one I just uploaded today, which will probably be yesterday by the time this one gets uploaded. So anyway, 2 readings ago, the Two of Pentacles came out and was kind of a big player in that reading. Let's get some clarification though. Both of these, Spirit? Okay, got 2 more coming out here. Wow, this is bizarre. King of Cups and Two of Swords reversed. This is hilarious because, okay, so if you haven't watched the reading that I did 2 readings ago, in that reading, this same deck, we had the King of Cups reversed and the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles upright. And now we have the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Cups upright. So I just can't see that as a coincidence. It's like the universe telling us that the energies that were coming through in that reading are being put to rights, because in that reading it was like a King of Cups energy attempting to interfere and trick, or get one over in some way, even if it wasn't direct trickery, in some way take advantage of the viewer, and the viewer needing to keep their eyes open with the blindfold on the Two of Swords, so that when information about that became available, they could see it coming. And it's now at this point as though you've kind of and I mentioned in that reading how the facial expressions on the cards will sometimes look different to me depending on the context. So in that reading, it seemed like the King of Cups reversed was very kind of smirky, like, oh, I can get away with this, I don't even have to worry about you. And now it's with the reversal of the dynamic, it's you're the one who's like, I don't even have to worry about you. I've skated around you with no problem whatsoever. This indecision was the word I just heard with the two twos here. This indecision is a thing of the past. This self-doubt, this second-guessing myself with the twos is a thing of the past. This not being awake and alert to your mind games is a thing of the past. This falling victim to manipulation is a thing of the past. And I think this has to do with the sense of justice from before, where perhaps in the past you have been taken advantage of, but now you have learned from those experiences and are very wise to the possibility of anyone trying anything like that. And your long-term efforts to grow from those experiences, instead of becoming bitter as a result, or repeating the cycle again, repeating the pattern again, and continuing to fall victim to things and all of that, all of the long-term work you've put into that is paying off. For some of you with this situation, immediately there may be a payoff where, because you caught and reported something shady that was going on, there's an immediate positive effect in a concrete, tangible way in your life, in a material way. I'm getting that message in a like sort of very specific, like that's for a few of you way, and in a bigger umbrella sense, I'm getting the message that your long-term work over years in this realm is paying off. You're not duped by all that glitters and thinking that it's gold now. Your choices with these two cards are not influenced by others. The King of Cups is a master of emotions, and so when others try to sway you emotionally and influence your decisions by kind of pulling on your feelings, you're able to look them in the eye and not fall for it. You're able to look them in the eye and stand your ground. And like big kudos to you for turning this dynamic around, because a big element that came through in the previous reading that's coming through in this reversed way again is how the King of Cups is floating on water, not even just walking on water, but sitting in a throne on water. And with the King of Cups reversed, it was pointing out how the other person in the situation, the shady one, didn't have any sort of solid foundation. Their lies were a house of cards. Anything that they were trying to get over on you, they thought they didn't really have to worry about, because they just weren't noticing that you actually notice things and pay attention. But you now are actually having a very solid foundation within you, and that's why you're able to float on these waves without resistance. And this will serve you well with getting through this period of frustration, to just float on the waves without resistance. To resist the waves would drag this King of Cups and the throne under the water. But by allowing reality to be what it is, and accepting reality, and not letting yourself get caught up in the ploys and plays of the players of the world and in these situations, you're going to just skate neatly around these tactics that other people might try to use. I've never had a reading call back so completely thoroughly to a reading I did in the past before. So this is really quite cool to see. I'm going to pull more from the Unfolding Path Tarot. There's a different meaning coming through with the fish in this King of Cups card as well, of like you having someone whispering in your ear in a positive way, you having an angel on your shoulder, which you may not have been able to hear over the voice of the reversed King of Cups while you were going through a more intense period of frustration, while you were having this pressure on you from this other person. But for many of you, this is spirit guides, this is the divine whispering in your ear. For many of you, this is also a trusted friend, or both. Someone who has no horse in this race, someone who has no stake in the situation, who's able to look at it objectively and just kind of pass information, insight, or a new perspective onto you. It's like this king is floating on the water. The fish has been presumably swimming through the water and has jumped out of the water, or perhaps out of the cup, as a callback to the Page of Cups, where this fish just seemingly impossibly and randomly appears in the goblet, in the cup. So it's like this little messenger swimming out of nowhere, jumping out of nowhere to pass on a news or information, or maybe tell you how well you're doing. Maybe they're complimenting you. Someone is complimenting you when you're not expecting it, and it's expanding your perspective on yourself, where you were maybe beating yourself up because of this period of frustration, giving yourself a hard time, not giving yourself the grace you deserve, maybe unfairly blaming yourself for the period of frustration or for any difficulties that you're having. And someone out of the blue comes up and is like, oh, hey, good job with that. And you're like, oh, I thought I was struggling, but I'm actually doing really well. Hang on a second. This helps me turn upright and reframe the upside down way I've been looking at myself and my relationship to the world and to others around me. That turning of what is upside down, right side up, is clearly a big theme here with how these cards came out. I stopped shuffling. Let's get back to it. Okay, so I have Page of Swords reversed. Oh, what a beautiful card with these birds and flowers. The way the birds are playing with the page's hair, I love how playful that is. And the expression on the face and the gesture of the hand. Very, very playful and carefree, this card. And the swords being related to thought, and the pages being related to infinite possibilities and new possibilities. There's a sense here of inspiration during this period of frustration, feeling a little bit blocked or restricted, but also being kind of right around the corner. The message that I'm getting is that you might be feeling a little bit uninspired or bleak right now, but trust that this is a natural ebb and flow, and that your inspiration is coming rushing back to you. I'm also getting that some of you may be feeling like you have these feelings of wanting to create, these thoughts of what you could do, but the frustration is coming from feeling like you're blocked in bringing those ideas with the Page of Swords into reality. And trusting in divine timing is coming through very strongly here, where I'm getting that there's a bottleneck so as to allow that which is not actually meant to come through to fall away. So I was looking at the funnel and I got this image of a sieve or a strainer, where it might be like all these pebbles or whatever is being strained out of the liquid are slowing down the flow of the liquid, of the creativity, the creative juice, the inspiration. But as they get strained out, the juiciest parts flow through and are able to be expressed. And that process of straining them out is a little bit naturally frustrating. It can feel a little bit blocked, it can feel a little bit constricted, but it's just a natural part of the process. For some of you, it's that. I'm kind of getting 3 messages. For some of you, it's that. For some of you, it is this redirection of like, you have this rush of thoughts and ideas, and it seems like you're suddenly meeting a dead end, and it's like, what's going on? And as you take the next breath, you are pushed by the divine away from that wall, that dead end, into a brand new direction that's much better. And at first it's like, wait, why are you turning me back the way I came? This is a waste of time. But you're not being turned back the way you came. You have to retraverse some of this ground that you just covered so as to pass through to the new direction. And that's a good thing. And then the third message was similar to the sieve in terms of refining the ideas that are coming through. It's like you're being slowed down so that you don't just throw paint at the wall to see what sticks. There's nothing wrong with that, with throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, or throwing paint at the wall or what have you. There's nothing wrong with that, but you are being slowed down a little so that you then channel your energies a little more intentionally, not so that you have to do it perfectionistically or overly cautiously, but so that you can feel confident in what you're doing, and also not make these big reckless gestures. You know, if this Page of Sword, it's wonderful how carefree this Page of Swords is, but if they did lose control of that sword, it could cause harm to themselves or someone around them. And so there's a feeling for that third message there of like, we're slowing you down so that you can swing the sword intentionally, so that you can know exactly what you're doing, not because there's anything wrong with, not because you need to be perfectionistic or get everything right the first time or anything like that, but just so that you don't hurt yourself in like a frantic, rushed expression of the things that you're wanting to do, the energies that are building up. And for some of you, that may have to do with the financial matters too, not sending yourself into debt, waiting for this financial turnaround to happen so that you're able to confidently go, okay, here's how I'm going to spend this money. I have plotted out the best use of this money to get the best value. I'm not just spending recklessly. I'm not throwing myself into more debt. I am doing something very smart here, and I'm able to do it in a carefree way because I was slowed down and I did the research, and I investigated the legal matters and the legal ramifications. I made sure I was circumspect and didn't fall into any traps that, people or corporations might have been laying out for me. What else, Spirit? Okay, I'm being drawn to the Spirit Song Tarot. What else can we bring through to boost this group, to bring through pick-me-up messages, to help bring guiding light into a frustrating or difficult time? What else can we bring through, Spirit? Spirit guides and higher selves of this collective. What else do they need to hear? Okay. So I'm getting from Spirit, as I shuffle, this sense of injecting a sense of humor into whatever your current situation is. Because I just heard while I was shuffling, every day we're shuffling. And it was just this little, hey, just because there are some serious things going on, some frustrations going on, doesn't mean that everything is serious. Every little, moment of relief and lightness bubbling up is to be capitalized on and taken advantage of and reveled in. And you absolutely have that within you. We have the Six of Acorns, which is the Six of Pentacles, success and triumph. Is that the Six of Pentacles? Sometimes, hang on, I'm going to double check that to make sure I didn't say the wrong thing, because sometimes I do get mixed up with these decks that use non-traditional symbols. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm saying that correctly, because I might not be. Acorns, here we go. Oh yes, so this is wands. Crystals are pentacles in this deck, and the acorns are wands. That was what I was worried about. I said pentacles, and then I was like, wait a second, I think that might be wands. Yes, and that makes sense with the success and triumph, this proud, regal elk or deer or stag. Let's see what this deck has to say. Six of acorns, elk, success and triumph. Majestic elk carries himself with honor and nobility. He walks with you on your chosen path, guiding you toward the best use of your energy to avoid burning out. Pace yourself and concentrate on what needs to be done. Be confident in your abilities to make dreams a reality. You hold the power to shape your destiny to your desired outcome. If something doesn't feel right, trust in your intuition. Realize that your optimism and persistence will drive you to attain what you set out to accomplish. Belief in yourself will inspire others to follow you. I'm going to hold this up in case anyone wants to screenshot this to reread. And this expands on what we were just talking about. Guiding you towards the best use of your energy to avoid burnout. We were talking about being slowed down so that you can channel your energies more intentionally and not hurt yourself. We were talking about being confident in how you express yourself as a result of slowing down and getting clear on how. And so that is also coming through here with the be confident in your abilities to make your dreams a reality. There is also this feeling of part of the bottleneck being these energies that you want to express and manifest from thoughts and ideas and energies into something more tangible, into creative pursuits, into solid outcomes. That's part of the frustration, is like, I'm stuck in between the idea and the reality. And you're not stuck. This is a refining moment, a turning point. Passing through the eye of the needle, I just heard. And that makes sense with the arrow as well. The arrow and the needle have some resonance with each other. Passing through the eye of the needle here. And if something doesn't feel right, trust in your intuition. Sometimes slowing down is also the universe's way of creating space for you to hear intuitive messages, receive downloads, and inspiring others with your actions as well as yourself, and that optimism and persistence, and recognizing the power to shape your destiny into your desired outcome. The first part about carrying himself, this elk, with honor and nobility also stands out, because in this situation where you've been dealing with someone or something else who has been less than honorable, and then we have the gavel here symbolizing justice, you carrying yourself and walking with dignity is being noticed. It might not immediately be noticed by other individuals, but it is always being noticed by the divine. It is always being noticed by your spirit guides, and it helps them help you. Not in this, oh, you have to be perfectionistic in order to deserve help, or in order to squash away the parts of you that are bad. None of that, but just in the sense that you walking through life in a way that you can be proud of is part of walking through life in a way that is aligned with your true, authentic core values, your authentic essence, your vibration, and it allows your other pursuits to be a natural radiation from the center of you, because you are aligning with your center. You are centering your life around what actually matters to you. And so you doing that allows this funnel to be a period of cosmic sorting, of energetic sorting, where that which doesn't align with you is naturally repelled from you, or you have taken action to repel it from you. And that which does align with you is drawn and magnetized to you. And that is kind of the mechanism, sort of cosmically, energetically, of this justice. you've actually taken or are taking actions to align yourself with what you believe right action is, with what the right action feels like it is for you, so that you can sit upright and flow with the waves with this King of Cups. And there are some things with these reversals here, well, the Page of Swords reversed, that are not yet clear in the aftermath or in the process of that sorting. But you are doing what it takes to allow that to happen. And the universe has got your back in helping it happen. So don't be disheartened and discouraged. Continue to align yourself with and line yourself up with that which guides you morally, on a soul level, on a heart level, on a feeling level, and a sense level. That which guides you intuitively, your gut instincts, what sits right with you in your gut. Continue to act on that, and that's where your persistence comes in and pays off. It's not about forcing yourself into things and dragging yourself into things. It's just about staying true to yourself and standing on your morals. And what just came through to me is then you get to stand on your laurels. Standing on your morals will lead to standing on your laurels. Somebody make a rap verse with that. I guess that's resting on your laurels. That took me a second. Yeah, that's really being emphasized, that it's not about working harder. It's also not even about working smarter. It's just about sticking with what you know in your soul to be right. Again, with the theme before of not being swayed by other people's influence, by pressures that do not have your best interests at heart. This is paying off. This is part of that cosmic sorting and that justice that is coming through for you. So thank you from the universe for standing on your morals. It makes the universe's job a lot easier. If you haven't felt that for yourself, you'd probably be surprised how much so, because there's a lot of chaos that ripples out through the universe from individual beings acting out of alignment with their soul. It creates a lot of turmoil, and you'd be amazed how grateful the universe is that you are actually going, wait a second, I don't have to create that turmoil for myself. You'd be amazed how much it positively influences the vibrations around you as well as within you. Again, with how the Six of Acorns, the Six of Wands speaks to inspiring others as well. And this majestic elk has such a peaceful scene. This still water, this radiant sunlight. It creates such gorgeous peace, and that is such a deep success, such a deep personal, profound triumph that radiates out into and sinks through all the layers of your life. And so many people are flailing around, creating chaos and turmoil, searching for that in all the wrong places, searching for that outside of themselves, trying to get that peace by projecting onto others and controlling others and making them do what they want and changing themselves to fit some sort of mold or image that they think they have to fit, meet standards that aren't even true to them. And cutting through, slicing through all of that BS is so incredibly powerful. It's so much more powerful and meaningful and triumphant, such a greater, deeper marker of success than the externals, the money, the fame. They can go hand in hand. This can be at the root of why you're able to inspire others and draw an audience. It's not that you can only have one or the other, but you have been realigning your priorities and getting your priorities straight and recognizing, oh, it's the peace and the liberation and the profound sense of peace that comes from being aligned with your own mission, being aligned with right action for yourself. that's what's going to give me the fulfillment I've been looking for. Oh, and that's part of why you're going through such a turning point, such a redirection, such a refinement with this funnel that we were talking about, this cosmic sorting, because you have had this realization and are putting it into action. So keep doing that. Don't give up. You're not being signaled that that actually isn't correct and isn't the right thing for you by things being a little bit difficult at the moment. You're in the process, and the process does have just a touch, I'm being told, just a touch of it gets worse before it gets better. Just a touch. It's just like these poisons being drawn out of the wound, like these individuals with shady motives who don't have your best interests at heart being revealed and repelled. That sucks in the moment that it's happening. It sucks a lot less than if you gave up and went along with them. The outcome there would be a lot more negative. So you are doing the right thing, absolutely 110%. Keep going. And thank you. That is all I have for you today. This has been very nice, direct, to the point. Here is what this group is dealing with and why they need to pick me up, and here is why you should be confident in yourself and feel proud of your strength. So thank you so much for doing what you're doing and keeping on, and for tuning in today. If this has resonated with you, or if you have any requests for topics for readings, please feel free to comment down below. I'm not going to guarantee that I'll fulfill all topic requests, but it definitely doesn't hurt to suggest it. My website is linked in my description box and in my bio on YouTube if you are interested in booking a personal reading. And you'll also find a link to my Instagram for shorter messages. And from me and from the spirit guides for this collective, the universe is so proud of you for this path that you are on, for being yourself, so proud of your essence, and that those words are coming through again, honor and nobility and dignity that you exude by effortlessly allowing yourself to align with and radiate from your essence instead of trying to force and drag and mold and control. Letting yourself be who you are and shining from that in this very understated, confident way is going to serve you immensely, and the universe is so proud and grateful. So thank you. I hope you have a great rest of your day and week. Thank you for being here.